For Donald and Melania Trump, this special night began at an elegant restaurant chosen to celebrate the years they had spent together. The restaurant sparkled with dazzling crystal chandeliers, while soft piano melodies added a romantic touch to the atmosphere. Their table was adorned with an expensive bottle of red wine, a carefully selected menu, and heartfelt conversation. However, that night would become an unforgettable lesson for one waiter. The waiter was young and inexperienced. As he approached the table with the Trump couple's ordered red wine, his nervousness was evident on his face. He clenched his hands, trying to keep them from shaking, but unfortunately, what he feared the most happened. As he poured the wine into the glass, a small drop splashed onto Melania's elegant white dress. At that moment, the waiter's face turned pale. His breath caught in his throat. He hurriedly apologized, but the words barely escaped his lips. Before he could process what had happened, the restaurant's head chef stormed toward him, shouting in a booming voice, "You fool! How could you be so careless? Do you even know whose table this is?" The entire restaurant fell silent. The waiter felt devastated. Overwhelmed with shame, he lowered his gaze to the floor. But then, an unexpected voice shifted the entire atmosphere. Melania slowly picked up her napkin and gently dabbed the stained area of her dress. Then, she lifted her eyes and looked directly at the chef, speaking in a calm yet powerful tone. True elegance is not shown by humiliating someone for a mistake, but by showing them understanding. Everyone makes mistakes. What matters is how we learn from them. But publicly shaming someone is a far greater fault than the mistake itself. At that moment, everyone in the restaurant turned to Melania. Donald Trump smiled slightly, a proud look in his eyes. The chef was speechless, suddenly ashamed of his own outburst. Melania then looked at the young waiter, offering him a warm smile as she gently whispered, "Don't worry, we all get nervous sometimes. You were only trying to do your job well." She then wrote a small note, folded it, and slipped it into the waiter's hand. As the young man walked away and opened the envelope, he realized there was a generous tip inside. But more importantly, that moment became a turning point in his life. That night, Melania Trump didn't just wipe away a wine stain, she restored a person's dignity. And everyone in the restaurant learned that it's not our mistakes but how we respond to them that truly defines our character.